Hello, everybody. It's the pollinator, and I just had to get off Facebook for now because I'm so angry that this fucking asshat in chief, not my president of the United States of America, and his administration attacking active duty military, will be the veterans of the military, civilians in this country. We are being attacked from all angles in this country. And while this is happening, our cisgender brothers and sisters, family, strangers, everybody is going to be affected one way or the another by what is happening in this country right now. And what is really driving me insane is the passivity of people in the United States thinking that it's okay to allow what is going on in the Trump administration, including that idiot, to just fly right over everybody's head, as though unless it affects you directly, you don't have to worry about what he's doing. Right now, I am so fucking ashamed to be an American. I'm embarrassed. I'm upset. I don't feel one iota of being patriotic in this country for an administration that hates on transgender people, hates on LGBTQIA people, hates on people of color, hates on black people, hates on women, hates on everybody. What is wrong with this picture where I don't know how many people are in really the numbers in active duty? Okay, here's where all this came from. The Trump administration has just put into law that all transgender active duty military are going to be phased out. This means people with families. This means people with a career. This means people whose lives are going to be ruined because nobody is fucking sticking up for the LGBTQIA. Right now it's the T, and a whole bunch of motherfuckers are just standing there, just sitting in this country watching this happen because they're not being affected by it yet. I don't know what it's going to take for, and I'm just going to say this, no, I'm not going to even make it a race thing. I'm going to say for the LGBTQIA to stand up for us the way we stood up for y'all back during Stonewall, back during when you were getting your rights, when you were getting your rights to marry, when you were getting your employment rights, when you were getting every right that you freaking have right now that Obama, whether you like him or not, whether you hate him or not, put in law for you. I don't know what it's going to take for y'all to wake up and fight with us, for us, as we did for you. I was there during the movement in California when all of this shit went down and the stuff was going on in New York City. And I was out there marching and protesting for the rights of lesbians in California. And right now, as a trans man, sitting here watching all the fighting and the discrimination going on, coming from the LGBTQIA, because they don't understand the T. And meanwhile, this fucking administration knows that the way to defeat a people is to divide a people, to get them fighting with each other. And see, they're not the ones that are making the LGBTQIA be ignorant about the T. They don't have anything to do with that. This has to do with your own personal ignorance about who we are and what we're about. Being transgender is not about sexuality. Okay? It's about gender. And the T was added to the LGB in the 1990s. And ever since, we have been thrown under the bus. And they're coming after y'all next. Come on. Are you blind? You think they're going to stop with transgender and not go after LGBTQIA in the military? Do you really think they're going to stop there? You know, it's either because y'all can hide who you are. Are you going to be happy going back into the closet? Be you in the military or a civilian, are you going to be happy going back in the closet? I can't even believe that the people like Ellen DeGeneres and other celebrities are standing by watching this because they've got enough money not to be affected by it. This is a political, moral battle that we thought we won with you guys. Me personally, thinking that I was a lesbian, the fact that I really wasn't doesn't mean that I wasn't there and I wasn't part of that movement to help you get your rights in the United States of America. Because I was. And I'm splitting mad that we have to defend who we are to our own community. And not only that, the fact that I am black puts us on the bottom rung and nobody cares. Only we care. We're the ones screaming. But ain't nobody hearing us. It's like, you know, an entire country of people is walking around going, la, 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 la. I see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. When evil is being an onslaught carried out by this goddamn administration. I don't even understand this. I am not a Christian. But right now, I'm praying, trying to get an understanding of why God is allowing this to happen. Why he has allowed over 400 years of oppression of black people in America. And now why he's allowing this. I don't understand. Somebody help me understand. Why, you know, this wake-up call is not waking people up. It's only waking up the people that are currently being affected. But everybody else has got going, well, I'm not gay. I'm not bi. I'm not trans. I'm not queer. I'm not intersex. I'm not asexual. So I don't have to care. But you got family members who are. You may even have friends who are. Somebody in your life is going to be affected by this, and they're going to be affected deeply. Although there's over 15,000 active duty people that are getting ready to lose their fucking career. And officers are going to get booted first. What kind of sense is this making, people? What kind of moral sense is this making? What kind of sense does it make for you to passively sit by and watch the Constitution of the United States being violated day after day after day for the next 3 years? You know what kind of shape this country is going to be in if they continue this? The separation between church and state also being eliminated. I can't even, I'm in shock. Okay? I'm angry, I'm hurt, I'm in shock. And I don't understand how anybody who is American can sit by and watch this happen because you're not one of us. You're human. That makes you one of us. We are human. We're not freaks of nature. We're not out to do anything to you people except to be human with you and have rights with you and stop being discriminated against and stop being oppressed. That's all we want. We don't even freaking care if you understand us. Not all trans people are gay. That's another misnomer. It has nothing to do with sexuality. There are transgender, gay, bi, lesbians, intersex, and asexual people. It has nothing to do with sexuality. It's who we are. It's who we were born. You know, science is arguing right now about the fact that this is something that is constructed within the womb. And that our brain, right now, they only, not even concluded, but right now, you know, they're looking at the fact that our brain structure, brainwave patterns, resemble that of the gender that we're telling you we are. Has nothing to do with who we're attracted to. And then you have another argument that, let me go back to the military. Look, if you can pass the PT standards, the physical training standards, there's no reason why you cannot serve as the gender of how you think and how you feel and how you know yourself to be. There's no reason whatsoever. If you can't pass the PT standards, then no. You know, you can't join some of the jobs that require that kind of physical training. But there are already transgenders in the military, men and women, who have passed those tests. And they could be in combat right now. And they could be in positions of, see, I can't even fucking think straight right now about some of the, okay, let me take a breath. What is going on right now does not make any kind of mental sense, emotional sense, moral sense, political sense. None of it makes any sense. And I don't care if you're not one of us. We are all humans, so whether you think being inhumane is okay thing to be, I appeal to your heart. You don't have to understand us to think and to understand and know that we're human and we deserve rights in this country along with everybody else, and black people deserve to get out away from oppression. That too needs to change. But there's because of our percentages in this country, white people are quite happy to just sit by and keep watching that happen too, and then be fragile about it. You know, now they don't want to hear it. They don't want to understand it. They don't want to own what happened in history and is still happening today in a modern way. They don't want to own that. They don't want to own what this administration is doing. And then for and out. He's got to go and take all his stupid ass administration with him. He's not acting on his own. He's not smart enough. He ain't smart at all. People are telling him to do these things, and he's doing them. And then everybody he gets nominated or whatever into the administration, they're all freaking liars. I mean, you sit there and watch some of the interviews that are going on, and you know, it doesn't matter that they look completely stupid. They look like they're perjuring themselves. They sound like they're perjuring themselves, and they're fucking lying, and then they get put in the administration anyway. And then anybody who gets in that motherfucker's way ends up fired. Are you kidding me? Americans? You're just going to stand by and watch all this happen and just think, oh, well, it's somebody else's problem and somebody else will fix it? Nah, it's going to come knocking at your door. It's going to come knocking at your front door. Somebody's going to be affected by this. Somebody in your family is going to commit suicide over this. This isn't funny. This isn't something to be passive about. You want to be going to a bunch of funerals this year? And then stand over their fucking grave or their casket and say, you know what? We don't see them as human anyway. They deserve to die. That's not humane. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what background you come from. I don't care about any of that stuff. Human is human all day long. No matter what package it comes in. No matter how tall, no matter how short, no matter what color, no matter what size, no matter what age, no matter what. We are all human. And what happens here, other countries are looking at. It's time to wake up. And I'm not talking about the Black Lives Matter be woke. I'm talking about literally the consciousness, the compassion, my heart is racing, the humanity, the love, whatever it is going on inside of you needs to wake up and stop this. I don't know how right now. You know, about 20 minutes ago before I started this video, I'm so mad I'm in tears because I am a veteran of the United States Air Force, and they couldn't pay me to protect that asshole right now. But there are military in there right now, transgender military men and women right now that are there to protect the very asshole that's getting ready to put them out. Some of these people have dreamed of becoming soldiers. He's going to destroy their dreams. For what? And then cripple the military? How are they going to replace 15,000 plus people? How? They're not, and they don't care. They don't care if our military is substandard around the world. But do you know what that means? That means the United States will become vulnerable to other countries because it's going to be missing 15 to 20 to 25,000 people. They don't have a goddamn accurate count of how many there are in the military. They're guessing about everything. They're guessing about how much it would cost to take care of transgender people. It's all a guessing game. It's all a numbers game. They really don't know. And they sure enough don't know how many LGBTQIA are in there either. They don't know. That can be hidden. What we're doing cannot, because we need HRT. And to feel whole and complete, we need the surgeries. Top surgeries for us takes about, I've already said this in my last video, only about a couple weeks to, be up and running around again. For the male to females, I don't think it hardly takes any time at all for the top part, okay? But, it takes a long time to make these decisions. I was almost a year and a half on testosterone before I even considered having surgery. And it wasn't because of dysphoria that I considered it. It was because of a couple of things that happened at the airport that made me go, oh, you know what? Okay, my body needs to match my brain. I've been a male all of my life, ever since I can remember. I just didn't have a word for it back in the day, back in the 60s. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't have a word for it. So I just resigned myself to being a female when puberty hit, because I didn't have any other option. I had no choice. And now this administration is trying to take away our awareness of who we are, and they can't take that away. All they can do is devastate us by continuing to discriminate and oppress. I am very radical and active on Facebook. I don't care educating anybody about anything, even if it makes you uncomfortable. I don't care, because I'm awake. I'd rather touch 1, 2, 3 people in my life than to spend a lifetime hiding what I know to be the truth about America. And I also, I spell America AmeriKKKa! Explanation point. That's what this country's looking like to me, as a black man, as a black transgender man. And I don't care if white people see it. I don't care. See, the ones that are true allies understand my frustration and my pain and my anger. They understand it. They're not scared of it. But all you got to do is jump on some black articles running around the internet on various black publications, black websites, and you'll see how many white people are truly trying to squash our freedom of speech, because they're so goddamn fragile about what it really means to be white. The privilege you have, the lack of oppression that you have, the chances you have of becoming successful in this country, the lack of chances you have of being put in prison or the jail system, which is nothing but a modern day slavery system. For about a year, I've been watching when you can have a white guy who's got 25 weapons in his basement, is holed up down there, threatening to kill the police and anybody that tries to take them out. And police will take him alive. They won't shoot him. They won't tase him. They'll pull him out of that situation unscathed. All we got to do is flinch, and we're dead. Flinch, and we're beat up. Flinch, and we're going to jail whether we did anything wrong or not. Don't make shit up. There's one of my YouTube videos talks about me getting beat up by the Omaha Police Department for no reason other than I was black. And those two huge motherfuckers were white. And they made up whatever story they felt like making as they was dragging me down the hallway. They busted into my apartment. And because there was two of them against me, I got charged with things they just made up going down the hallway. And then every time I went to court, the judge practically spat in my face. I got beat up. I hurt for months. And then I had to tolerate this white fucking judge telling me that, I don't think you've learned your lesson. What lesson? They fucking abused me in my apartment. And trumped up charges. And lied to the television station that came to my apartment and interviewed me about what happened. They lied about everything. And now I have, I was studying to get my degree at the time. I wasn't a troublemaker. Never been in legal trouble in my life. This doesn't happen to white people. Nor do you care that it happens to us. Because we're inhumane to you. Deep, deep, deep down inside we are. Because if we weren't, you'd fight for us. You'd fight to change things. You ain't trying to change nothing because it might upset your apple cart. Yeah, I'm going to be praying real hard tonight because God help us all. God bless us all. God intervene. This country needs a spiritual awakening of the worst kind. And everybody in it. Nobody excluded. And nobody left behind. From the kind of spiritual awakening that turns us away from hate and turns everybody towards love. Yeah, we got to wade through a whole lot of shit to get there. And right now, I'm thinking I might not even get there with you. Straight from Martin Luther King Jr.'s mouth. Because I'm up to big things that can put my life in danger because I'm visible. I'm an advocate. And I'm an activist. I'm a transmale, black advocate, activist. And right now, because I'm so new on the scene, there's a whole bunch of them in this area that are a little threatened by who they think that I am. Or maybe even who I think I am. So, I'm getting ready to step out into an arena that I could be risking it all. And you would have to ask yourself, am I crazy? Am I mentally ill? Or do I have so much compassion because of how I've lived my life that I'm willing to stand up and be counted no matter what it costs me? Which one is the truth as you look in my eyes? Which one do you really think is the truth? And, okay, you know what? I'm getting emotional, so I just want to let people know that it really is time to stand up and be counted, and it's time to move in a different direction in this world. It's overdue. We've been asleep since the civil rights movement, and it's time to wake up and do the right thing by humans.